my name is Sajida. I write mostly when I don't really know what else to do with a feeling. I wouldn't call myself a writer in any official way. Writing is just where I go when I want to slow down things, or when I want to process things, or when I want to process my feelings. So, yeah, writing kind of became that quiet space for me I'd run to.
That's really cool. Oh my goodness. Okay, so my name is Brady Dyson, and I'm going to be your interviewer for today. So let's start off with our first question. What part or what first inspired you to start writing, and how old were you when you first began?
There wasn't any big reason. Honestly, I didn't start thinking like I'm going to be a writer. I just needed somewhere to let things out, like space of my own. I come from a brown household, and while there's love, there isn't always a space to be soft or quiet. You know.
Yeah.
So I started writing. Maybe I was around 14 or 15. It began as a way to breathe emotionally or mentally. I guess it stayed with me.
Um, that's really inspiring because I've never really like. I mean, I love like the idea of reading. I just could never like. I've never really been able to find that kind of thing for myself to like speak my own words. So I mean, it's really inspiring that people are able to do that, like you are. Um, do you, for question number two, do you remember the first story or piece you ever wrote about, and what was it?
I don't remember all of it, but I think the first thing I wrote was more like a journal than a story. It was some about someone leaving, not in a loud way, just quietly. I remember writing something like, some people don't slam doors, they just disappear softly. It wasn't polished or anything, but it helped me understand what I was feeling. That's probably when I realized that writing could do that.
Wow. Okay. So number three, who are some writers or books who have influenced your style or perspective?
I think I always end up writing about the self, like, what we feel, what we don't say, or who we almost become. It's not something I plan, it just shows up in my writing. A lot of it is about memory, little regrets, emotional leftovers. Even if it's a small piece, there's always some kind of reflection. I also tend to romanticize things a bit, like taking something common and turning it into a moment. I guess that's just how I make sense of life.
Okay. What themes or topics do you find yourself returning to in your writing?
I just mentioned like about self, what we feel, what we don't say, what we almost become, self introspections, nostalgia. I mostly write about these things.
Um, how do you balance your writing with school or like work or any other responsibilities you have? Because I know that's
Uh,
like a lot of people have really busy schedules, and I have a really big, like a really busy schedule, and it's really hard to find a place to do hobbies. So I was just wondering how you deal with that.
Honestly, I don't think I balance it at all. I just sneak it in, like
Yeah.
just late at night, on the bus, during the quiet moments in the day. Writing isn't something I schedule it, it's more of a reflex. If something hits me, I just write it down. It's messy, but works for me.
Um, what does your writing process look like from an idea to a finished draft? Like, do you just like just sit and just start writing, or do you have like a very organized way you write?
Uh, I don't really plan much. I usually, there's a feeling or a line that pops up into my head. I just follow it. Sometimes it becomes a paragraph. Sometimes it just stays as a sentence. I don't overthink the structure. If it feels right, I keep it.
And have you faced any challenges as a young writer trying to get your work noticed or anything? Because I couldn't imagine. It just seems very difficult. It just seems so, like just overwhelming to me.
Yeah, I haven't really put my work out there in a big way yet. So I haven't faced much rejection, like dramatic rejection, not happened with me. But if I'm honest, the challenge is mostly me. I'll write something, feel good for 5 minutes, then suddenly I think, wait, is this terrible? I'll overthink. So it's mostly just me versus my notes app. Posting your work can feel awkward sometimes, like, who even asked, you know? But
Yeah.
I'm learning to share. I'm learning to share anyway.
Do you hope to like put your work out eventually?
Not right now, but yeah, someday.
Someday. Okay. Do you prefer writing fiction, poetry, nonfiction, or something else, and why?
I live in somewhere in between moments. I think not exactly poetry, not full prose either. More like fragments of thoughts, like little thoughts, pieces. I never sit down and say, today I'll write a poem. Not like that.
Yeah.
It just starts with a feeling and I follow it. That's what I like. It's open. It doesn't box me in. So
Okay. What is a piece of writing that you have taken like inspiration from, or you are proud of, and it's very meaningful to you?
there's this one piece I wrote about the version of me I didn't become, like the girl who maybe lives in another version of my life. She's reading by a window or walking down the streets I never went back to. It's more of a writing a letter to myself, the ghost versions. Yeah, that one really stayed with me. It's like closure for me.
Um, and for the final question, where do you see your writing taking you in the future? Do you have any dreams or goals for yourself?
Yeah, right now I'm not chasing anything big with it. Writing is still personal for me. It's where I go to feel things clearly. Maybe one day I'll share more, maybe even publish something. But for now, I just wanted to stay honest. It doesn't have to prove anything. It just has to feel real for me. So I'm not thinking much right now for publishing or anything. I'm just working on myself, working on my writing, taking inspirations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any questions you would like to ask me, or do you like have anything we'd like to talk about before we conclude the interview?
Uh, I don't have a question for you, but you can tell me about yourself.
Um, well, my
I'd love
name.
to know.
Oh, um, my name is well. I told you my name is Brady Dyson. I am 16 years
Yeah.
old. I'm from the United States, from a state called Virginia. It is
Yeah.
very. I'm from. It's if you view it on a map, it's kind of like in the very like. It's like a triangle shape, and I'm in like a very like the very left corner of it. There's like a little tip. That's where I am. It's very. It's a rural area. It's very country. There's a lot. It's very poverty stricken here. There's a lot of people who aren't educated, and that's why I joined She Literacy because I hope to educate and give people literacy because I've seen for myself what people didn't have, and it's been kind of heartbreaking. Um, I plan to I plan to head into the medical field in university and be an anesthesiologist.
Yeah,
That's
that's
all.
nice. That's very aspirational of you.
Do you have any like things you would like to do for your future?
No, no, like I'm trying. As we know, India, it's a diverse country, but we don't have lot of opportunities here. And I come from a very poverty stricken area where literacy doesn't matter. Like parents don't, especially girls. Parents teach their sons, but they don't spend much on their girls. So I come from there. I want to do something related to that. I want to represent myself, represent my country. I want to solve the problems. Basically, I want to represent myself at the UN someday.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
someday.
Well,
I'm working at it.
I hope you're
Hopefully.
able. I hope you're able to achieve that. Oh my goodness, that would be insane. Okay, so I think that concludes our interview. Thank you so much for taking your time out of your day to do this with me. I know I seemed a little bit awkward. I'm just kind of, I'm just kind of that person. I'm just kind of awkward, and it takes me some time to open up to people. But I mean, thank you so much for having this interview with me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And it's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
And you're not awkward.
Oh, thank you. Okay, bye.
Yeah.